Thank you.
I'll take that. Okay, hang on. There we go. I wrote some things out because I don't trust myself to remember anymore, but I will say that 15-year anniversary reminds me that my 30s are flying by, so. So, 15, I have 3 stories. I'm going to do two short ones and then do a song and then a third one and then another song. This one I call the origin story that I wanted to share. Holly filled in and shared some important details with you, but it was difficult for me to think about doing this morning without reflecting on what I've titled the origin story. So 15 years ago, approximately, after a pretty tumultuous period, Holly decided to start something new again. I might not have things 100% accurate in my mind and memory, but at the time, I don't know that Holly had brand new church as part of her vision, at least not right away. What I do remember quite vividly is that Holly called me and Ellie and said, and this is in the middle of just a hurricane, emotionally a hurricane. Holly called Ellie and I and said, Alex, grab your guitar and some music and ask that we meet at, I think it was Blue Valley Church, just a church of a fellow pastor who said, yeah, you can use this space, just to meet, the 3 of us. And over the next few weeks, we met in various places, including that church, including our homes, and we just sang songs and prayed. And it's difficult to remember exactly how stressful that time was. Though I do know it was a time that was filled with uncertainty and a tremendous and difficult to describe sense of loss, sadness, anger, all those things. Old school sociologists, of which I'm sort of one, would probably call it or describe it as anomie or normlessness, a total loss of norms. It was a terrifically disorienting time. But we had music and we had prayer. And those things mixed with dedication, planning, and work, and that eventually became Peace Church. And when looking back and when considering the statistical odds that are not in favor of a new church making it past the first couple of years, it's really an incredible journey that continues on to this day and continues to be full of mostly pleasant surprises. For example, over the last several months, I can't remember how many times I've remarked to Christy about all the new faces that I see. There seems to be no end of new people coming in, which is just amazing and not something every church or most churches can say. Regardless, what we've had for 15 years has been a form of home for myself and Christy and our boys, and I know for many, many other people, a form of family that continues to evolve in loving and positive ways and likewise continues to grow. So thank you all for being people that I aspire to be. And thank you to Ellie. Well, you can come up. I have one more short one. That was origin story. And thank you to Ellie for being my musical partner for now over 20 years. And again, I can't believe I was 8 years old when this started. So this second item I've titled Choosing Songs. So I also wanted to take this opportunity to share a little bit about how songs get chosen for each Sunday. I know I've mentioned many times that whoever is preaching on an upcoming Sunday will share some ideas and notes, and of course the scripture that they're planning on using. That has always been the big part of the foundation that provides the reasons for the songs that you hear from me and Ellie after the sermon and during communion, and of course also during prelude. But in addition to that foundation, in the background, is music that people call my attention to, as well as music and artists that I encounter on my own through any number of sources. Eric Wilson, who is here, has of course been a huge source of new artists and songs that Ellie and I are always grateful to learn about. If you have not subscribed to Eric's Spotify Peace Church playlist, I suggest you do so. Over 300 selections so far? Is that right? Yeah, and Eric only gets a small little, like a kickback, So Eric's been a huge source of songs and artists as well that I'm always grateful to learn about. In addition to all that, what drives making a song and or artist part of the Peace Church discography, as I call it, is the spirit, capital S, of this church and the congregation. I do believe that it's our collective purpose and our collective energy that speaks to me when I think about music from any number of sources. Sometimes the vibe that I tap into is really broad and even abstract. such as a song that some of you may recall by Ray LaMontagne called "All the Wild Horses." All the wild horses, very meditative, very contemplative, but pretty abstract in its imagery. Other times, a song that holds a more direct and accessible message are chosen, such as the one I'm about to do called "Fall, Fall, Fall" by Camp, that I felt the minute I heard it, I thought really fits Peace Church, to say the least. From the beginning, Ellie and I have always put a lot of time and energy into picking songs, often from secular sources, but songs that nonetheless hold a sacred message, and this is one of them.